Hello, my friends, and welcome back. The cat is around. Thank you very much for yeah, there he is. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I heard him meow, meow. Okay. What do we have here? FBI doesn't work for us. You know, I made a video a few days ago where I made a list and I explained why certain subjects you should not discuss on YouTube because there will be consequences, negative consequences. And here I am, I'm doing it. And that is FBI. What? What do you want? Come over here. All right. Anyway, so now, anyway, go. And there it is. FBI is concerning now more and more. You see, when they talk about Putin's thugs arresting the Russian population or people dying in Russia because they speak ill about Putin, you know, these baboons are believing it. But when their repressive apparatus does crickets, balabrickets. What happened? I'm going to start with the article that I will discuss today, and then I will give you some examples that occurred within 2 weeks. Here, this is the he's back in business. Here is the article, the title, Fox News. This is from August 18th, 2024. FBI arrests DC Councilman, Black Councilman, so you should be outraged, who in 2018 accused Jewish financiers of, and I'm quoting, climate manipulation. FBI arrests this guy. Now, look at his tie. Now, remember when Kanye West said some things? I expected FBI to be activated. Why? It became a pattern, and he's a black guy as well. So let me show you a few articles that could be interesting in order to make a point about who is using FBI and for what purposes. I'm going to use New York Post first. Not that the New York Post broke the news, but it was the low-hanging fruit for us. New York Post, and this is from August 7, 2024. FBI raids New York home ex-UN weapons inspector Scott Ritter. Remember? Do you know why? They said because he might have violated the Russian law that is alive and well in the United States of America, which is you have to register as a foreign agent if you get some finance from foreign governments or entities. Which, remember Georgia, the country of Georgia, that uprising, the regime change these guys tried to pull on a month ago or 2 months ago? They did it because it was the Russian law, foreign agent. These guys are raiding Scott Ritter's house for the same purpose. Why? Because the United States is way ahead of the curve. Everybody is back over there. The United States had this law in 1930s instituted. What the Russians instituted in 2000 some? But hey, it's the Russian law, not the American law. All right, just so you know how hypocrisy works. And remember, these are the systems operatives, which is the legacy corporate media, that is telling you to focus on the Russian law that is undemocratic because our NGOs and our finances should sponsor regime change if we don't like what the current government is doing. But in our country, no, everything but AIPAC. All right, now let's move to the next article that I have here ready for you. And it comes from this particular, well, it was broken by other outlets. I can't remember, I made a video on that. And this is regarding this Russian-born 2016, but they say FBI raids home of, again FBI, Russian-born 2016 Trump advisor. Now, he was not a Trump advisor when I covered and I broke the news on that when I discussed it. It was just a Russian-born Soviet immigrant. When I said Soviet immigrant, 1970s, you must be because you couldn't immigrate from Soviet Union unless you were part of that community that had a deal with the communists to let them emigrate to either Israel or United States of America. Got that? That's a fact. You don't like it? I don't give a shit. Right? That's a fact. So now these guys are saying that, try to pinpoint this guy, a Russian-born, who's, you already know who he is, 2016 Trump advisor. So you know these guys want to portray it as a bad thing for Trump and the Russians. But hey, let me show you another article. Again, they say this is from the New York Post. And this is from 5 days ago. Ex-Trump advisor whose home was raided by FBI says search was intimidation attempt. A former advisor to Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump claims his Virginia home was raided by FBI agents this week. Dimitri Sims, this is Russian as I am Zimbabwean, whose name came up over 130 times in the former special counsel Robert Mueller's 2019 report into Russian interference that was not proven in the presidential election, told the Pop News he was out of the US and wasn't notified ahead of the Tuesday's search. So remember, this is the guy. Now let's go and see who this guy is. Dimitri Sims, and it says Dimitri Konstantinovich Sims. I don't know if that's the way you pronounce it, but the way I want it. Born October 47, he's a Russian-American author, Jewish, editor and political pundit. He is a former president and CEO of the Center of the National Interest, where he served from 1994 to 2022, before he was an advisor. But those two media outlets do not mention that. Sims was selected, listen to this one, to lead the center by the former president Richard Nixon. Got that? To whom he served as an informal foreign policy advisor. So he served as an informal foreign policy advisor to President Nixon, but he is ex-Trump advisor. He is ex-Trump advisor. He's not a Nixon guy or anything else, and with whom he traveled regularly to Russia and other former Soviet states, as well as Western and Central Europe. You got that? And Sims was born in Moscow and prominent human rights lawyer. He's a good guy. He's a naturalized citizen of the United States. He immigrated to the United States in 1973. When I heard that, I said, you are not Russian. Got that? Got that. So this is how the FBI is doing its job. All right? When they're going to go to Hillary Clinton or to others, then I will believe. So let's go to this poor victim, the black dude, right? FBI. Why? Because he, tra-la-la. The FBI arrested the Washington DC City Council on Sunday, councilman on Sunday, through the circumstances surrounding the matter are not yet clear. We don't know why, but he's arrested. You arrest him and then you ask questions. That's the communist style. You clap first, as they said to Stalin. That was Kaganovich. Kaganovich was his Jewish henchman. He was also, he was Jewish, going Lazar Kaganovich. He died in 1994 or 1992 or something like this, and he was interviewed by one of his nephews from New York in 1991. Go for it. Anyway, so he was part of the NKVD, Kaganovich, and he was part of the Holodomor, the famine in Ukraine, ordered by Stalin and implemented by Stalin himself, not by Kaganovich and his commissars of the same read, Mr. How do you call it? Solzhenitsyn, Alexander Solzhenitsyn, and you find out who they were. Anyway, so let's go back to these guys. He was unclear, and Kaganovich told Stalin, give me the name, I'll find you the crime. The same here. We arrest him, unclear why. We're going to find out later. Smack, 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 councilman. Smack, 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 say it. Okay. Or not, and then he's going to have a heart attack or something. Or a mini stroke. City Council President Phil Mendelssohn, like he's Nordic, confirmed that fellow council... Oh, okay, this is another one. Confirmed that his fellow council Trayon White Sr. Woohoo! Oh, Jesus Christ. Anyway, I feel for Trayon. Was arrested on Sunday afternoon, and I'm quoting, I've talked to several people. I can confirm he was arrested around 2 o'clock by FBI. 2 p.m. or 2 a.m.? Mendelsohn told the reporter, I'm anxious to get more details to understand what is the situation. You all know as much as I know. You're going to be arrested too for uncertain, or how do you call it, not yet clear reasons if you keep your mouth open. Fox News has reached out to FBI Washington field office, which declined to comment at this time, because we live in a free world, my friends. Free world. What do you think will happen if these guys will say, well, the judge signed the arrest warrant because of these allegations or accusations? I thought we live in a free world. Hey, this is happening only in Russia. Only in Russia. Let's move on. White made national headlines in March 2018 when he suggested that Jewish financiers control the weather. This is how these guys portrayed, all right? How you can control the weather? Probably something else about the weather. The claim came as he filmed himself driving through downtown Washington in a show and ranted about climate manipulation. And I'm quoting this guy. And DC keep talking about we're a resilient city. And that's a model based on the Rothschilds controlling the climate to create natural disasters they can pay for. Own their city, man. To own the cities, man. He said in a now deleted video, be careful. Now, is this a reason to get arrested? Supposedly we have in the US Constitution freedom of speech. Is that something that you should get arrested? In evil Russia, China, Iran, North Korea, Venezuela, and so on, but not in the freest country in the world. Who's that? FBI, we got the arrest warrant. Thank you very much. I'm ready. I pick up my luggage and I go. Why? Because it's ready. It's ready. If before I thought there's 60% to get a knock on my door with these guys that I pay for, now it raises to 80% chances, odds. Remember that guy who was arrested in Heathrow Airport in Great Britain, right? But that was the other guys. Why? Because he supported verbally supposedly a terrorist organization, and that's illegal in Great Britain. All right, let's move on. So this is what the guy says. A Rothschild, a European Jewish banking family, philanthropist. Gotta put that over there. Descent from Meyer Amschel Rothschild have been the subject of an anti-Semitic conspiracy theories for centuries, with no reason, baseless, including that they control the world's financial institutions and manipulate world events to their benefits. That's not true. Okay, White initially defended his comments, saying the video says what it says. He thought he lives in what the Constitution said in the Declaration of Independence, free people. Oh my God. But he later apologized to the Jewish community. Did he talk about the Jewish community or about Rothschild? He talked about the Rothschilds. He did not talk about the Jewish community. So why do you apologize to the Jewish community? All right. In addition to his comments about the Rothschilds, White also tweeted at prominent anti-Semitic National Islam leader Louis Farrakhan. Very intelligent guy, Louis Farrakhan. In 2013, and courageous, with balls. I listened to many of his speeches, by the way, to Louis Farrakhan. I would like to go and watch him. I think he's still around. I think you have a lot of things to learn. And as I said, he's an intelligent, well-read, and a very self-controlled guy. He says nothing out of impulses. He's very calculated. I would like to go and participate. I'm eager to learn, to experience. And in a free world, I should be allowed to. In 2013, and said he was, and I'm quoting, honored to share a birthday with Farrakhan. So what's wrong with that? Oh, because he said certain things that are about the same guys, adding, and I'm quoting, I must respect his intelligence, will, and boldness. Oh my God. I'm coming, FBI. Here I am. All right. So White would later come under fire in 2019 after it was reported that he donated $500 to the National Islam Convention in Chicago, where Farrakhan attacked powerful and his enemy and made other disparaging comments. And I'm quoting, I'm not resigning, I'm not backing down, I'm not discouraged. I'm not depressed, so run all the media stories you want because my people are going to support me. Like they support Jesus Christ. I don't know the guy. I don't know the guy. I don't know the guy. Peter, what did you say? And it's Jesus Christ Superstar 1970 with Ian Gillan from Deep Purple. Love that version. Are you familiar with it, my friends? Jesus Christ Superstar 1970s, Ian Gillan. What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening. Pa, pa, pa. I love it. All right, so here it is, my friends. You got it? So he was arrested because, why? You tell me? We're not certain yet. They're trying to find a crime. They arrested him first, and then they will try to find a crime. Well, are you afraid? I'm not afraid. Why should you be afraid of something that you know? We are mostly afraid of things that we don't know. Things that we know, you know. Like Dana White said, if you don't know, now you know. The same. The horror movies are not the ones that play with direct images, someone coming towards you with a chainsaw. Not that. When they show you some darkness and they show you something over there, you're not certain what's going on over there. And then the music that plays certain kind of tune attacks your instincts. You know, like the growling of the wolf that you can't hear because low frequency that, you know, the brain perceives it, but the ear doesn't, you don't hear it, but it is there. Like the bats or the elephants, the bats high pitch or high frequency, the elephants, the low frequency. The same with the wolves. What do you think when you hear a wolf, the animals are all paralyzing? You don't hear the wolf howling at that point, but he is. And that's very, very scary. So the same, it's not only the, in the movies, supposedly Alfred Hitchcock, supposedly played with that. I don't know if that's true or not, but nevertheless, with the sound of the wolf, low frequency, that people got scared. You don't get scared of someone. The same, if you remember Plato in his Republic, the book over there, he said that he was for censorship. He said our warriors, because he had three classes, the philosophers in charge, the warriors, and then the ones that are blah, 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 the rest of us. The warriors should not be taught fearful things from childhood. That is, they should not be afraid. Imagine that if you send them in the forest in the middle of the night, they will think that it's going to come this dragon over there. They should not. When they go in the forest, they don't know what's in the forest. There's nothing. What do you mean it's not? But you say, oh, there's some demons over there. And you hear something in the woods in the middle of the night. Oh, that's a demon. In your imagination. That's even worse if you see the demon. If you see the demon, you look, okay, I can beat this motherfucker. I'm going to outrun. Or maybe I'm going to hurricane or something. You can plan about it. But if you don't know what's going on, your imagination works on you. So, anyway, that's the way it is, my friends. This guy's gonna find a crime to this guy, and until then, let people like us, who, as I said, 80%, I'm waiting. I'm not afraid whatsoever. Why should I be? I know how it is. What could happen? Be beaten, killed, whatever. So we all have to die of something. And I'm not playing here the tough guy or anything like that. But I lived my life, right? It doesn't mean it has to end, but there's many people who are incarcerated in Guantanamo for doing. But anyway, they're still there with no due process. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Why? Because they're not Americans. Oh, so we love Constitution then? Oh, yeah. But are they human beings? Forget about it. Only the illegals are human beings. Those guys, no. Consistency. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.